What's up, Key Issues? Garrick here with another epic Iron Fist Season 2 video. Obviously, spoilers ahead for those of you who have not finished Iron Fist Season 2. If you haven't seen it, well, this video pretty much spoils all the best parts of the end of the season. So, if you have seen it, then let's discuss spoilers. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to become legendary so you don't miss any Key Issues content, and let us know if there's any legends down in the chat. At the end of Iron Fist Season 2, there are some pretty drastic status quo shifts for the series. The season starts out with Danny being the immortal Iron Fist, then Davos shows up and steals the Iron Fist, and then Colleen becomes the immortal Iron Fist, and then Danny ends up also being the immortal Iron Fist again. And believe it or not, even I got a turn. It was like Oprah showed up and she was like, you get an Iron Fist, and you get an Iron Fist, and you get an Iron Fist. Basically, Misty Knight is the only person who doesn't get the power of the immortal Iron Fist, but she has a fist made of literal iron, so I guess it all works out. So let's start out this video with the first person who gains the power of the Iron Fist besides Danny Rand. Davos. Davos steals the Iron Fist from Danny through a process of transference. He is also able to incapacitate Danny, and then use a combination of Danny's blood, a corpse of a previous Iron Fist, specifically the skin where the Iron Fist tattoo was, his new tattoo, and some herbs from his local Trader Joe's. You know how they end every episode of Kenan and Kel for you 90s fans? This is exactly how this happened.
That's a moral. Why are we going on the roof with some hard-boiled eggs and a chainsaw?
When Davos has the power of the Iron Fist, he is able to use it in both hands like a boss. Davos seems much more prepared to use the powers of the Iron Fist physically, but mentally he begins to fall apart. Davos's Iron Fists and his chi manifest themselves in the form of two red fists. Red is, after all, the international color of evil. The power consumes him, and ultimately his bad decisions, combined with careful planning from Colleen, Misty, and Danny, land him back in not having the Iron Fist land, also known as jail. Throughout the season, Davos continues to refer to himself as the Iron Fist, from the point that he steals the power to the point where it's taken away from him. So it must be some kind of hidden power that we don't know of, where whoever has the power of the Iron Fist has to tell everybody that they're the Iron Fist.
I'm the immortal Iron Fist.
However, in the comics, Davos is also able to siphon additional chi from other chi users like the Crane Daughters, but he never starts calling himself a Crane Daughter, so that's kind of hypocritical. Not sure if we will see Davos again, or if he is ever going to adopt the title of Steel Serpent, which sounds way cooler than Davos, but hopefully this isn't the only shot he gets at the big time, because you blew it. You blew it, Davos. Next up, and possibly the craziest plot twist, is Colleen Wing getting the power of the Iron Fist. When Danny and his crew launch their plan to get back the stolen power of the Iron Fist from Davos, Danny also decides that he's not really mentally prepared to use it. Danny needs to take a step back, get some perspective on what he's fighting for, and take a little bit of a Danny break. Get some Danny time. He mentions that simply fighting for the right to be Iron Fist is not the path that he wants. He suggests that Colleen hold the power for him, kind of as a layaway, while he's out doing some soul searching. Colleen reluctantly agrees, and after the power is transferred from a beaten Davos, she holds the power of the Iron Fist. Her fist and chi are subsequently white. Additionally, it appears that Colleen is the first user in the show who is actually able to channel her chi and the power of the Iron Fist into a weapon. When we see her at the end, we see her attempting to stop bad guys with her sword drawn. Her sword is engulfed in white chi, which presumably makes it an extension of the fist. So her sword is pretty much god level at this point. Lastly, we have Danny Rand. I feel like Danny grew up a lot this season. He still isn't perfect, far from it, but I think that his character grew from an annoying, bratty tryhard to a stoic kung fu master who realizes that he doesn't really understand his whole destiny. And while his newfound insight isn't a new power, it is important to help understand his new abilities. See, Danny loses the power of the Iron Fist about halfway through the show, and then when he is optioned to get his abilities back, he declines. He knows that he's just not ready to hold the power and be the hero that he desperately wants to be. However, in the final scene of the season, after many months have passed, Danny has reemerged with new abilities. He has seemingly regained the power of the Iron Fist, but now he's able to use it in both fists, where he was, only able to use it in just his right hand before. Additionally, he's able to harness his chi into 2 pistols that he carries with him. This allows him to be able to shoot and bend bullets using the power of his chi. Think of this kind of like a hybrid between the Golden Gun in Destiny and bullet bending from Wanted. Even his appearance is more similar to Orson Randall, and if you want to know all about Orson Randall, go ahead and click the card. It's going to be interesting to see who retains what abilities when Danny does come back to New York. It will also be interesting to see how Danny's personality has changed. I think we all keep waiting for him to finally become the stoic kung fu master that we know he can be. And I would anticipate that, he probably is never going to get there. He has to be a bit flawed for character growth. And I think that ultimately this season really helped move Danny into a position where he can really and truly earn the title of hero. And that's all I've got for you guys today. Remember to like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. Also, be sure to check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that fun stuff. And all of that's going to be down in the description below. You can also support us on Patreon if you feel so inclined. Other than that, let us know how you feel about Iron Fist Season 2 so far. And remember the motto, it's comics over everything.